Alright people, what's up everyone and welcome to another video, and I figured this year I want to do way more reviews and first impressions for movies and shows, so why not talk about a show? This is my first show I'm talking about for a review, at least I think it is, for 2022 at least, and this is for Peacemaker. Of course, it just wrapped up a couple days ago. I did a full reaction series for all 8 episodes, so if you want to see what I think of each individual episode, then you can watch those reactions if you want. You don't, obviously, you don't give a shit, but I just wanted to give a quick wrap up. It's not going to be a very in-depth review, but I just want to give a overall thoughts on the season. Let's get to the negative first, just real quick, just one negative. And it's really not a negative, well, there's 2 actually. One's very minor, the other one is major, but I got over it. The major one that I got over, it was the Peacemaker character himself. I think John Cena did a fantastic job with his character this season, for sure. But of course, that character in the Suicide Squad feels very different. Now, I get what happened in the Suicide Squad changed him, but I feel like that change was a little abrupt here, where like, oh, he did what he did to Rick Flag, and oh, that really changed him. But like immediately after that, he was about to kill Ratcatcher 2, and he was trying to kill Bloodsport. So I didn't really 100% buy that he changed immediately after killing Rick Flag. Spoilers for the Suicide Squad. If you're hearing me talk about Peacemaker here, then I'm assuming you watch the Suicide Squad. I'll put spoilers in the title, but yeah, so I didn't really quite buy how quick he changed, because it felt pretty quick too. It felt like he's already like in the first or second episode, he's like crying about like, why did you kill Rick Flair, everybody hates you. I just didn't buy it personally, but I think John Cena did a great job with that stuff. So even though I didn't buy that change in his character, I bought John Cena as acting wise in situations like that. And as this show went on, I slowly bought it and bought it more and more until the end, where I'm just like, yeah, I get it, totally get it. And that's fine. I just like when we get a story about a villain. And I'm so sick of all these shows and movies trying to take a classic villain and make them good. Cruella, Maleficent, like I'm just sick of it personally, but I think Peacemaker does it the best of all of those that I've seen. And like, you actually totally buy it, and you can totally understand. So even though that's a complaint, it really is very minor. I said major, but it's more major than the other one. The other complaint I have is that some of the humor just doesn't land, but the humor is so quick that it doesn't really matter if one joke doesn't land, because most of them do, and they're so quick that... And you laugh at even how stupid it is. You know, like, oh, that's so stupid. Why'd you say that, you dumbass? But then you're thinking, like, I guess it was kind of funny and he said that stupid shit. But all the characters are great. I think their interactions were all fantastic. Of course, some of them were in the Suicide Squad, but briefly shown. But here you get way more of those characters. You get some new ones, like you have Adebayo, I think her name was, who's played by Danielle Brooks, I think her name was, and she's great. I think she's really good. I think she really fits well with the team dynamic here, especially with John Cena's Peacemaker. Chris Smith is his name. I'll just call him Peacemaker. I think he does a great job, or they do a great job of like having like this kind of back and forth buddy thing. There's not as much as I was kind of hoping. Like, towards the end, I was like, I wish there was a little bit more of that, because I feel like that could have been the crux of the plot. Not the crux, but like the main driving force for the characters is like their relationship. They have enough moments where I buy it towards the end for sure. But like, they're friends. And I like that. Jennifer Holland as Harcourt, I thought she was really good. Freddie Stroma as I forgot his actual character's name, but Vigilante, he's great. Even though he says some stupid shit at times, he is really, really great. He's great in that role, and there's even times where he's straight up psychotic, scarier than Peacemaker, and actually badass. There's that one scene in the jail that I won't spoil anything else besides that. That's actually really good, and I like their dynamic, Peacemaker and his, even though it's like two dumb bros, like it's like Three Stooges if you got rid of like Curly. You got no, if you kept Curly but you got rid of Larry. So you got Peacemaker's Mo, he's the slightly smarter one. And then you got Freddie Stroma, Vigilante, who's the dumbest of the dumb. So yeah, I don't know. It was a funny dynamic. I liked it. The action scenes are actually really good. It gets fucking super violent. The villain is actually, I really like the villain because it's similar to Starro from the Suicide Squad, but distinct because you and this is one thing I really like about James Gunn, at least recently, it seems like. He's really focusing on making the villain seem like a tragic figure. I thought Starro was very tragic, and here, same thing. I don't want to spoil what the villain is because you don't find out until, like, you don't really know until like the end of the third episode. But it was a good reveal, and I like the villain for the most part. Yeah, the rest of the cast does a great job. Robert Patrick's really good. Everybody does a good job. Everybody's really fun, really, you know, they feel very much like real people, which is I really enjoyed about it because there's a lot of goofy shit in here. There's a lot of violence. There's a lot of trademark James Gunn weirdness. But it's all played for laughs. You know, most of it is. It's played to be kind of weird on purpose, and like people are reacting to it as we would react to things like that. We're like, what the fuck? You know, like like just when you have characters that react like that, it makes it feel you can buy it way more. You know what I mean? Like if horror movies nowadays had these type of reactions, like when they see a ghost, they're like, what the fuck? I'd be way down with more ghost movies nowadays. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's fun. The action's really good. The humor, for the most part, works. The story itself is simple. I like the whole team dynamic between all the characters. Economos, love Economos. He's great. Yeah, I just really like these characters, and I'm glad it's getting a season 2 because I really enjoyed it. More Juno Master in the future, though. And don't have him get his ass beat all the time, please. Jesus. Every time he shows up, he does like some cool stuff, and then he gets his ass beat. He either gets shot, or he gets like knocked in the head, or ran over, or shot. I said shot already. Just come on, leave him alone. Let him be a badass for a little while. Oh, and also the intro. Good lord, it has like the best intro ever. Like I still watch it. It's so fucking good. If you're feeling like bad, you know, even if you haven't watched the show yet, if you're feeling like bad, you're feeling like down in the dumps, just watch the intro a bunch. You'll be dancing to it. I swear you will. Anyway, that's it. So, yeah, Peacemaker's great. If I had to give it a score, I'd probably give it like a 8.5, 9 out of 10. I think it was great, and I can't wait for a second season. So, there you go. That's that. I hope you enjoyed it. John Cena, I guess. You might love China a little bit too much, but hey, this is your character. You're born to play Peacemaker. A character nobody knew about until the Suicide Squad, a movie nobody saw in theaters. Everybody saw fucking Eternals though. Actually, it did better, but yeah, Suicide Squad's better than Eternals. Suicide Squad's better than pretty much every comic book movie from last year. Spider-Man, you can kind of like, yeah. The Suicide Squad's one of my favorite DC movies. Period. Anyway, that's it. Or comic book movies. Period is what I'm about to say. Anyway, that's it. Bye.